Digital technology is transforming the business world. While the digital transformation presents a range of opportunities to today's companies along with many challenges, I would now request Mr. Raunak Jagasia, Director, Savex Technologies, to speak on how the hardware and software enterprise advancements is happening in the industry.
Good morning, everyone. Special shout out and thanks to Deepak for giving Savex the opportunity to present to this August company of the top system integrators and VARs of India. I think Anil and Jayant have given you all some context into Savex. Falls on me to try and explain what we believe the strategy is for us in this evolving times. I'll just pull up some slides to help frame the discussion. I hope my screen is visible. So firstly, congratulations. I think a lot of strategies being at the right place in the right time. And I think all of us are very fortunate. The next decade is going to be India's. And we are in the right place at the right time at the moment. So we've already kind of nailed 50% of strategy. Prime Minister Modi has put an ambitious target, and I'm sure we will all strive to achieve it, and growing India from a $2 trillion to $5 trillion economy. That is going to be a tremendous opportunity for growth for all of us in the next decade. India is uniquely positioned as one of the youngest economies in the world. Our average age is just 28 years old. This is what economists call a demographic dividend. If you look at the last 50 years of human history and how economies have fared, the ones which are the youngest have really excelled. So if you look at Japan or China, their biggest boom years were when they had an economy with an average age like ours of 28. So we have that young aspirational population, and naturally everyone's per capita GDP is going to rise up. So imagine when our middle class explodes and they have 2.5x the current per capita GDP that they have right now, the kind of opportunities available to all of us. SMB is an area which everyone's looking at, and I think all of us as a community should not neglect the SMB segment. If you saw the other day, Honorable Mukesh Ambani and Mark Zuckerberg especially spelled out their story on Facebook and Reliance and what they want to do with SMBs. And I don't think any of us should miss that opportunity, because digitizing the SMBs is going to be a big growth focus for all of us. It's amazing that India already has 21 unicorns. Almost every other week we hear of a company raising 100, 200 million. So we live in a time where we have great access to capital, and some of the most interesting and exciting companies are coming out of India. So again, India is really well poised in this space. IT has become central to business. We all saw what happened to HDFC Bank. Can you imagine a bank CEO wondering where to put their data center? But this is actually the discussions that are happening these days. And that makes us, the IT community, far more central to business and big opportunities for us. India is adopting cutting edge technology. We have the highest consumption of 4G data in the world at the cheapest prices. If you look at Indian organizations, we are going app first, mobile first. With all of this cutting edge technology adoption, it gives a big opportunity for us, the IT channel, to provide unique solutions to our customers. So I think the groundwork is very well set up. We just have to hit all of the opportunities. So coming to the opportunities we look at Savex, we think digital transformation of every organization is key. I think COVID-19 has taught us, I think each and every company has undergone a tremendous digital transformation. The joke going around is, I don't know if you saw the meme, which said, who is your CTO? And the answer was COVID-19. So I think COVID-19 has really showed the importance of IT and technology to every organization. And that's a big opportunity for us, the digitization. The new, again, tying into COVID-19, the new workspace, work from anywhere. Right now, I am sitting in Alibag, which, if most of you are aware, is a small town outside Mumbai. I have a 100 Mbps internet connection, and I'm able to work seamlessly from here. I think this is going to be the new norm. And initially, when we went into lockdown and stuff, a lot of our business apps at Savex weren't available. But our IT team has been working around the clock to make sure that every business user has all of the reports available to them, all of the applications available to them. So this new workspace will create a lot of opportunities for the channel. Process and efficiency gains. Every organization has to do more with less now. Budgets are tight, and things like RPA, automation, workflows, All of that is going to be a big opportunity. I can only give you an example of Savex itself. Our bank reconciliation work used to have a team size of 6 people, since we have almost 30,000 transactions a day in RECO that had to be done. We now have a couple of bots running that have crunched this down to 2 hours, and those 6 people are now free to do more value added work. And I think uh, every partner must first look internally as to see what are the efficiency gains that they can get within. And then once you really understand the technology and you're using it yourself, as they say, sip your own champagne. Once you've done that, you can really educate your customers and help them grow. I already know a lot of channel partners who have jumped onto RPA and are seeing big benefits there. Digitization of government. So we have seen how important the government is for citizenship services, especially in COVID-19. There's talk of a national register now for every migrant worker. There'll be multiple projects like this that government will come out with, because they also have to deliver services to us citizens. And I think it's a big opportunity for us to hold their hands and jointly partner in a lot of these opportunities. The government is very clear that they want to have minimum governance. And for that to happen, there has to be a major digitization of government. This is an easy one. I think gone are the days where IT was in the hands of a few IT administrators. I think if you look at all the new age technologies coming out, just to give you an example, our own backup now, we can look at the status on a mobile app with one of the vendors that we work with. So simplification and democratization of IT is here. If you look at solutions like hyper-converged, etc., the whole idea is to make IT simple, easy to consume, and dumb it down so that you don't need to have a very complex set of IT team manage it, especially as more and more companies adopt digitization. So I think we must all jump on these kind of opportunities to make IT simpler. Putting IT in the hands of business, like I mentioned, we need to make sure that all of the solutions we come up with are available on the business user. Business users already have a plethora of apps that they use for their day-to-day functioning. You book a cab on Uber, you book your hotel on any booking website or app. So the same kind of services now business users are expecting from their IT team. So if I need to do an internal travel in the organization, my HR system should just allow me to book the hotel. My claim should be auto-processed. I should be able to fill in and put in a report on my travel. That's just one example. So I think every company now wants to give apps to their users and put all of these solutions in the hands of their business users. So that will be a big opportunity for us. So at Savex, we've been looking at tying up with a lot of new vendors, you may have noticed, who play in this space. And we have a great company of vendors following us who will present their own solutions in this area. So I thought I'd just touch on a few of them. So if we look at analytics, I think analytics is the need of the hour. Every company has sitting on a lot of data, and one needs to really make a good understanding of that data. And I think a data culture is important for each and every one of us. Decisions have to be data driven. It really helps business. And I think you'll be hearing from Tableau later. They are definitely the leaders in analytics, and we're very proud to be partnering with them. Automation. As I mentioned, RPA, digital signatures, workflow automations, these are really the need of the hour, and we're very pleased to be tying up with Airslate in this area. Savex has already implemented Airslate for a lot of our functionality, and it's really eased a lot of paperwork and processes that we used to follow. IT as a service. So I don't know if you all are aware, but there was a big power cut in Mumbai. And every organization, including us, were really worried because our primary data center is at Narvan Point at our headquarters. And we have about 6 hours of UPS backup data, after which the servers have to shut down. Now, we are supporting a pan-India organization, all of you partners spread across 750 cities. And if our ERP goes down, we can't do business. And that's where IT as a service is critical. And like the case with HDFC Bank, one really has to look at innovative solutions to make sure that IT is always online and available as a service. And that's where the folks at Yota have unique models for the channel, whether it's co-location, private cloud, co-selling. Really, the sky is the limit, I would say, and Bhavesh should touch on that. Simplified IT. So all of us know this, the hyper-converged space, you have all of the vendors, and really it makes stuff simple. So to give you an example, at Savex itself, we support Samsung.com and HP.com, and we have to run a lot of test cases there. And we've been using Accutech in our data center to have a hyper-converged setup where we can run these quick operations and load up virtual machines for the users to run as and when they require. And the beauty of it is it's just like the private cloud, where the user can just go request, boot up a machine, use it, and shut it down. So we really need to simplify IT so that our business users can have access to all of the IT systems without the old traditional process of writing in a request, the IT team granting them infrastructure. So simplified IT is definitely the way to go. Security. I think this you would have seen in the last few months, biggest of unicorns, you name it, a big basket, a Tata Group, everyone's been hacked. So security is definitely the need of the hour, especially with the work from anywhere culture, with a lot of data spread across different locations. And we think that security is definitely one of the focus areas for all of us. A lot of cloud-based solutions. So gone are the days where people want to invest in perpetual licenses and make heavy CapEx investments. And that's what we're looking at. A lot of our tie-ups now, and you'll hear from Vembu, which is one of the unique data backup solutions, are all cloud-based. So it's a pay-per-use consumption model. You have it as a subscription. You like it, you enjoy it, you renew it. It puts pressure on all of us to make sure that customers are happy and renewing. And a lot of our focus now is going to be in bringing the channel a lot of cloud-based IT solutions. And we have a whole team, and I think Atul will touch on that later. And business apps. So whether it's your ERP, your HRMS, your CRM, I think everyone wants that app on their mobile phone. And those are the kind of solutions we're bringing you. You'll see a lot of signups of Savex in this area. And I think each one of us now, our primary mode of input is using our mobile phone. So I think a lot of solutions in this area, which really can add value to our customers. So that's my take and Savex's take on strategy. What we're doing to address this, I'll hand over to Atul next, who will try to walk you through the investments we're making and the ideas that we have to support the channel in this area. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Raunak. It's a fact that the advent of hardware and software combined brings new opportunities.